Hello my friends, how are you? This is Rachel from sweetbeepaperco, and I'm kind of doing a little bit different of a video today than my December dailies, and that is what to do if you need to fix something in your junk journal. If something is upside down, or maybe you have a white scrapbook page that you're not sure what to do with, what you can do with it, or how to fix a mistake. So let's get into it. So first thing is, if you make a mistake, don't sweat it. We can fix it, or we can cover it up with something and just try to see what we can do with it. So I will show you what I did in this journal, and we'll kind of talk about it a little bit. So in the middle of my signatures, on two of them, I did envelopes with some scrapbook paper, and I put this one in upside down. It's upside down, and it's really cute. It's got these little stockings, and it was one that I had glued in. So I glued it in, and then later, I think I was even on camera, I realized it was upside down. And so I could take this apart, pull this apart, try not to rip it too much, take out the signature and put it back in, or I could pull it out completely. I really don't want to do that. I don't want to pull out the signature. I probably should have done that when I did see it, but I decided not to, because it's not that big of a deal, but it is upside down. So I kind of want to show you what I would do with it. So in the front signature, I started decorating the envelope. So on this side, I made these last year. I used a scrap piece from a cutoff, and I took a printout, glued it down, and then I sewed around it. So it's just like a giant tag. So on this side, I did a wax seal, doily, and a paper doll from Tim Holtz. So I absolutely love this. It's minimal, but it's really pretty. So I want to do that on this side. I've got a wax seal that I've already done. There it is, a doily and a paper doll picked out. So let's put these on here and kind of see what we're looking at, because you can still see a lot of this print. So I'm kind of trying to see if maybe this is enough to kind of draw your eye away from that it's upside down. And I think it is. I don't think it's too noticeable then. And then it matches this front one too, so it doesn't look completely out of place, and your eye is really drawn, I think, to the gold in the wax seal and the doily. I'm not quite sure about this paper doll now that I'm kind of sitting her on this. These are the regular size one. I love the tiny one, so I'm going to grab a tiny one. So the main thing which you want to kind of think about, though, is this something that you're able to, if you need to, take apart and fix it? So if you've done some pages upside down and they're main pages, I probably would take it apart and redo it. I saw someone post that on TikTok or something. They put in a couple pages upside down, which is, it's always a good habit to flip through your pages before you sew them in, just in case. I'll have to use her on a different page because I really like that one. Okay, let me get all these in here. I love the Tim Holtz mini dolls. They're just so cute. They're perfect. And you get so many in this pack. I think when I was listening to the live, he said these were, I think, all of them, except for the holiday ones maybe. Yeah, I think that looks great. Okay, so let's go ahead. Actually, I'm going to wait to put the wax seal on, just because we're going to do something on the other side of the page. So I have these gold doilies linked down below in the description. Most of the supplies that I use are linked down below in the description, so you can find them easier. But if you have a question about anything else, just let me know. So I've got half a doily here, And where are my people? So we could also, you could also add things to this too. Any other ephemera that you might have. I was just thinking maybe we could add something else to it as well. Okay, I think I've decided on that. Holly. This is from Tim Holtz Christmas Botanicals. If you can still find some of the Tim Holtz stuff. The Christmas stuff this year sold out super fast. Okay, so let's put this on. I tried so many things and nothing looked right, and then completely forgot about this pack. So that definitely kind of draws your eye away from it. So now let's look at the other side. So now this other side, I kind of want to cover the whole thing. But I don't want to cover it completely. I want to leave enough room so that there's a little bit of a border so you can kind of see that color. And it's just not sticking over the edges of this either. So if you're going to be covering a whole page too, I would kind of keep that in mind. Maybe you could keep it just a little bit smaller to kind of have a frame of color around it. So let me put this over. So I wanted to go with something neutral for the background for this. So I've got some craft card stuck out and we just need to cut it down. So those envelopes are 5 by 7. So let's just cut this down to 5 by 7 first. And we'll see in the book kind of what it looks like. So these are a little bit, oh, that's right. They're envelopes to fit 5 by 7, so they're going to be a little bit bigger. So I've got a little bit of a frame going on now, but I want smaller. Or I want it to be a little bit smaller. So let's trim it down just a little bit more. I think we'll actually go just a little bit more on the width. Okay, I like that. Okay, so now that we've got this cut down, I'm going to put my journal to the side and work on a collage for that. So now at this point, you can do whatever you want for it. So I've got this printout from Graphics Fairy, a snowflake that I kind of squished one side of it, and a scrap strip of some Christmas paper. So I was thinking about just having the strip go, across the paper like this, kind of have this down here, and then just put the snowflake kind of up here. I think that looks really pretty. And so we're going to kind of jazz up the paper just a little bit. So I've got my dot stamp. This is not listed down below because I found this thrifting for stamps. It is one of my most used stamps so far. And so this will be here and this here. So let's trim this down. Yeah, super simple. I really like this. So let's glue down this, and I'm going to do some embossing on that picture before I glue it down. So I got this white embossing powder in today, and you guys, let me tell you, let me just show you. We're going to do this. I will show you. It is so pretty. Most of the embossing powders that I have kind of dry a little clear, and this looks like snow. It's so pretty. So I'm just taking this pad and putting some on. I'm being pretty liberal around the edges. Try to do it before it dries. I forgot to get a different piece of paper. This is linked down below if I forget to say it. But all of the other like white color ones that are white in the jar I have are very sparkly. This is not sparkly, but it looks so much better as snow. Okay, doesn't that look cool? It looks like she's looking at a frosted window pane. So pretty. I definitely recommend trying out the white one, especially for Christmas stuff. I mean, you could pretty much do that to whatever. So this is where I want this here. But yeah, you can take whatever you want, make a collage and glue it on there. You could do a bag, like a paper bag on there too, for a big giant pocket to kind of cover up the page or whatever part you need to. But just remember, you can just try to cover it up. Don't worry about it. And like, nobody's really probably gonna notice unless you point it out. And like Bob Ross said, you know, it's also a happy accident. Put this down. I love how it looks. Let's put it on the envelope. Yeah, so we've got a little bit of a border. And it's simple, doesn't add too much bulk to the journal. So let's glue this down. Probably could have inked up the edges of that too. I didn't think about that. I think it looks great. I love it. I love that embossing powder. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so this set that this little pad comes with for wax seals also came with some double-sided stickers, so you can put your wax seals on something. I definitely recommend this set with those silicone pads because they're so much easier to get wax seals off. They just come right off. These little stickers are kind of hard to get to stick when you first put them on. I think it's kind of cold in my house right now. I think they need to warm up a little bit to like really get on there. So for these envelopes too, you could also do a magnet on the inside as well for closure. I've been using some paper clips with some of the scrap fabric pieces. But there you go. That's an easy way to kind of fix a mistake like I had in here. Just kind of drawing your eye away from it and kind of covering up a big area, at least on this side, kind of makes you not notice so much that it's upside down. And then on this side, we just did a little collage on this side, and that's all we really need to do for it. I love it. Love that embossing powder. I will have the embossing powder linked down below so you can find it easily, as well as these little silicone pads to do the wax seals, and the paint marker I use for these. It is literally the best paint marker for wax seals I've ever used. It's just bright and beautiful. So that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, give me a like. If you want some other ideas for maybe fixing some things that you'd like fixed in your junk journal, leave me a comment. Let me know if you need help with something. I'd love to try to help. But make sure you check out all of the December daily videos for some daily journaling prompts or some journal inspiration. And I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.